Hello, welcome back. Another week, another winning week. Um, yeah, so a lot of news. Good week, good week. So you can see we actually hit the 16, almost 17% point. Then we dropped a bit down on Friday. Let's see. So over here last week, I mean, we ended almost the same as last week, a little bit below. However, it was a lot less risky this week. We did not get close to negative 10. We were just neutral, and then we got a bit up. So that helped with lowering my beta. That did help a lot with that. So Nasdaq finally had, I think this is its first losing week in this quarter, so that's great. We did gain 2.67%, so that's kind of what I mean that the beta finally went from 2 to almost 1, so a really big decrease on that. That helped improve my alpha by more than 2 times, so that's great. We only outperformed 40% a day, so 2 times this week, 2 days this week, but um, you'll see later. It's okay. Overall, this decreased a little, and Nasdaq's at 4.3, and we're almost at 13. So this is a very good quarter. I mean, just by that. Spy, it didn't fall as much this week. I think negative 0.3, 2.67%, and same 40% of days. Let me see if I remember that correctly. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. So over here, overall 2.74. So I mean, not bad for SPY, but it's this could easily be in one day, right? You could have a negative 2% day, and this is all gone. But yeah, overall 13%, 54. So that's good. I want to keep it above 50. This number has slowly been decreasing over time, but I mean, if our beta is low, and we have high performance, like a high return, um, then that's mostly what you need. And if this shows it's up higher, then that's great. If it's lower, then that's fine. Dow is the worst one by far, negative 13% this week. It actually performed the best this week, but overall it's 1.67, so not great. Over here, I mean, yeah, that should show 13, my bad. But overall it's 54.2, so same as SPY. Yeah, HR Capital, that should be 12 point, the same as before, 12.97, I think it was. Yeah. All right. What's next? Okay, so everything's kind of just following the same thing. Everything just in unison. As you can see, there was a drop and then it kind of slightly recovered. Um, and so this barely increased. The good thing is we're maintaining this very high daily percent gain. Our goal is 0.17, and this is very high. So I mean, it's really good. Over here, you can see the week how it went. So the volatility was quite low. The first 3 days we did outperform, and the next two underperformed, but by very small margins. Thursday was a very good day, as you can see. Almost we, yeah, we hit 6% gain on that day, so that was very good. And then on Friday, we had a pullback, so that was kind of warranted. But 45.8% of green day, so this is slightly decreased from last week. We're almost at the 50-50. One good week could get us probably above 50-50. Let's see. Profitable sale the same, holding over a trade. The good thing is their gain did increase and our losses did decrease by a little. Standard deviation slightly decreased, almost nothing, but decreased. SPY did gain a little bit more, but its losses actually increased, so that's not good, or decreased. Um, and then here you have, so the standard deviation also for SPY is slightly going up. Yeah. So really, our ratios are still doing very well. This is, I think, one of the only quarters where, or no, but it's not very likely that our ratios are always doing well. I mean, since the start of the quarter, really, or I think, besides the first week, um, the ratios here have been quite good. So that's pretty positive. I mean, our losses could be 2.55, or our gains could be 205, and we'd have the same risk reward in a way to SPY, but or not risk reward, we'd have the same. This is per day on an average, so if you're gaining, I'm losing. So if I'm gaining 5% on one day and SPY's gaining 0.5, but then I lose 5% and then SPY loses negative 0.5%, theoretically the ratios are both 1, because your risk management in a way is proportionally the same as SPY. Now you also want to have the standard deviation into account, which is why that would be around 10 times, or not 10 times greater, but it would be a lot greater. So there you go. Here you have the standard deviation. So I mean, their difference did increase, so that's great. And our standard deviation is finally the multiplier is finally decreasing. I mean, it's around 7x, but our beta is around 1, so that's kind of more important. But yeah. Mean transaction, so mean transactions is 0.42, slightly decreasing, mostly held the whole week. Day trades, we only did 1 in the whole quarter, so that's decreasing. Current beta, so this is very good. We were like 2.11, so we decreased by more than 1, which is very impressive. My goal is to get this to around 0, but I mean, if it's at 1 and we're gaining around 10% more than SPY, and we basically have the same beta as SPY, that's already really impressive, which is why our alpha is around 10%. That's how you get it. You have the treasury bond in there, but I mean, besides that, that's basically how you get this number, 10%. Over here, so this is the last slide, 12.97, so 13% overall. Really good quarter. We did hit 16, I think, maybe almost close to 17 on Thursday, so that's in the possible range. We could be at 20% next week, or I might close a position. If I close a position, that means we'd probably go back down to around 9%, which is still pretty good, so I'm not that worried. What else? But yeah, I mean, we still have around, yeah, right, we still exactly 2 months left, so we still have quite some time, October and November. So I mean, this is the first month, 13%. Um, yeah, great month. And I also did a post for the yearly review. That's on like the community post section. So I was gonna make a video, but I'm kind of busy and I kind of don't want to make a video for that, And it's on my LinkedIn, and all the data that you really need is there. Um, Besides that, I mean, I also have a performance report of it, so that I have that saved just in case if I want to, if I want to do like a 1 year review thing in the future post, I have that performance review. Um, and yeah, so hope to see you next week, and hope for another great month, great week. We'll see. And yeah, so thanks. Bye.